Bill, what went into the decision to sit down Mac there in the later stages of the game? Is he still your quarterback going forward?
Yeah, there was a lot of problems. It certainly wasn't all him.
Coach, when so many things go wrong, where do you start? Where do you prioritize fixing the problems?
Yeah, that's what I just said. Let's start over again.
Mac, with the results being what they are and you finish 2 straight weeks ending the game on the bench, do you start to feel like you're playing to keep your job?
Like I said earlier, just trying to do better as an offense. We didn't score any points, so that's the important part, scoring points and executing your job, and I try to just execute my job.
Mac, obviously the crowd got on you guys today. Is it difficult to stay focused and execute when that's going on?
Not really. I think obviously it wasn't very good and everyone's frustrated, and we have to do things differently and better to put out a better product, really. So everyone's frustrated. Of course, we're frustrated, and at the end of the day, you just have to turn that into action. So got to work hard and try and fix this.
On the interception, I know you've been talking about trying to avoid the turnovers. What did you see on the play that led to that?
It was just early, and I got to watch the film, but definitely don't want to start like that, and we got to start faster in these games. It's been a trend here, so want to improve and try and learn from it and do everything I can to get better.
So I found this tweet from a Boston sports fan who tweeted, 2 years ago, a rookie Pro Bowl QB and an elite defense took the Patriots to the playoffs. It felt like they were maybe just a star wide receiver away from getting back to true contention. Instead, horrendous coaching and personnel decisions have left this roster in shambles, the quarterback ruined, and the offensive line a joke. And I think this tweet pretty much sums up what it's been like as a Pats fan after the post-Tom Brady era. Mac Jones' rookie season gave Patriots fans a glimmer of hope that the transition from Brady might actually be a smooth landing. However, almost a year and a half later, fans at Foxborough are already calling for the head of their young QB. Last Sunday against the Cowboys, Mac Jones had a horrendous late afternoon after he threw a pick six and also gave up a sack return fumble that led to the 38-3 drubbing in Dallas. Jones was subsequently benched in the third quarter in place of Bailey Zappi and finished the game with 3 turnovers. And after the game, Bill Belichick dodged questions regarding his decision to pull Jones from the game. This wasn't the first time the former Alabama QB was benched. Last season, Mac fell out of favor after a string of poor performances and was benched in the Monday Night Football game against the Bears. However, today's benching against the New Orleans Saints might be that third and final strike that former Patriot Rob Gronkowski alluded to a couple days ago on a podcast with Kay Adams.
He got benched last year, and Bailey Zappi went in. He just got benched 2 days ago or 3 days ago when they were playing the Cowboys, and that's strike 2. So if he gets benched again and he makes another mistake that they've been, going over throughout the week, and then he shows up on Sunday and makes that mistake, he's going to get benched a third time, and that will be strike 3, and he will officially be out as the quarterback of the New England Patriots then.
So against the Saints, Mac Jones was benched for a third time after struggling to get the offense going in Foxborough. His abysmal turnover streak continued as he threw 2 picks today, with one returned for a TD and lost another fumble as the Patriots fell to the Saints at home 34-0, marking the second worst loss in the Belichick era in New England. Honestly, he has been god-awful this season and is really a shell of his rookie self from 2 years back. I mean, the guy has literally been a turnover machine the last couple seasons and reminds me of Carson Wentz in his final 2 years in Philly where he couldn't hang on to the football. I mean, just take a look at his stats in the last 2 weeks here. He has thrown 4 interceptions, 2 of them for a pick 6, lost 2 fumbles with one returned for a TD, only mustered 150 and 110 yards his last 2 games, thrown 0 touchdowns, and benched twice. Oh, by the way, his team was outscored during that process 69-3. These stats are just insane when you break it all down. There is no way any team can win football games when you're turning the ball over at this pace. On top of that, this just cripples your defense, putting them back out on the field with little to no rest. Some other interesting stats people on social media have tweeted out after today's performance. Mac Jones now has 5 offensive TDs while also being responsible for 4 defensive touchdowns. But an even crazier stat was one that ESPN posted. Mac Jones' first quarter interception was his 4th career pick 6 thrown at Gillette Stadium, and that's as many as Tom Brady threw at Gillette in his entire career. That is just so wild when you think of it. Gillette Stadium opened up in 2002, so Tom Brady in 17 seasons matched the same amount of pick six Mac Jones has thrown in less than 2.5 seasons. Anyways, I know Bill said that Mac is still the starting QB in the post-game press conference, but honestly, I'm not sure if Mac can survive the 2023 campaign if he doesn't improve. The only bright spot for him is that his main competition is Bailey Zappi, who aside from that one game last season against the Cleveland Browns, hasn't really showed that he could take over the starting duties. The other backup QB they have is undrafted rookie Malik Cunningham, but maybe Belichick should put either of them in a game and try to tank for the season and gamble on the possibility of drafting Caleb Williams. Anyways, I think Bill Belichick does deserve some blame in Mac Jones' development. It appeared a lot of his regression from his rookie year might have been due to the handing over of the offensive play calling duties to Matt Patricia, who had zero experience. However, this season he has a more familiar face with Bill O'Brien, but that still hasn't changed much. It doesn't help that he literally has zero help on offense. From his O-line to receivers and the constant changing of coaches every year, there has simply been no continuity for his development. I honestly think Jones has just lost all confidence. I'm not saying he was on track to be an elite QB, but in his first year, he showed a lot of poise and promise to be a starting quarterback in the league. However, it now appears that he looks somewhat broken. The dude is missing wide open receivers and just unable to keep the ball out of harm's way. The next few weeks will be an interesting test as the Patriots host the Raiders next week before facing off with the Bills and Dolphins the week after. These next few games might be a make it or break it for Mac Jones. There's a ton of pressure on this kid, especially from that fan base, and I'm not wishing to see him fail, so hopefully he can turn things around and get this offense going a bit. This is definitely unfamiliar territory for Patriots fans. Now they probably know how every other fan base has felt in the last couple decades.